Hi all, welcome back to part 5 of Baraki Ice Elementalist. I'm Ultraviolent 4. In the last episode we finished off Lair. Right at the end, in the very last corner, over here, we found a shield. So we're now heavily in the shields business. We're going not quite all in focus, but 50% of our experience is going into shields. It's going to try to drop our spell failures back down. The only one that's too affected right now that we care about is Ogreb's Toxic Radiance, but it's not too big of a deal because Sif Muna is giving us miscast protection. So, yeah. Sif has also done some other fantastic things recently. She gave us this one particular book. I don't know the name of it. We don't get to keep books anymore, so I can't tell you. But if we have a look at the list of spells that we can learn, we have a very, very viable future ahead of us. So we've got Bolt of Cold, Orbit Destruction, Spellforge Servitor, and I never know how to say that, so I'll just say Crystal Spear. All of those things are fantastic, and we don't even need all of those. Just a handful of those will be enough, or should be enough, to win the game with. So there was a point earlier on in this series, maybe episode 2, I said Sif Muna is one of the weaker gods in the game, but when you look at those spells, Sif is one of the worst. Oh god. Even for my standards, that's a pretty horrible one. God. Okay, this episode, we're doing the Orcish Mines. Yeah, Ogreb's extremely useful there. So, I don't know, we'll see how we go with it. What does our MR look like? I don't think we've found any, right? Yeah, we've got 0 pips of MR. So we're going to have to be extremely careful of any Orc sorcerers we find in here, because we're going to be very vulnerable to paralysis with no MR. I think it's probably going to be around a 50% chance or something like that, which is too damn high. Right, we're just going to chill out at the stairs while we do ice-based things. There's an Orc Warlord here with a battle axe, just an enchanted battle axe. This really isn't what I wanted to find at the entrance to Orcish Mines. What are the chances we could kill him? Probably pretty low. We may as well Ogrebs, which is this button. This button. Yeah, I think we're just not going to have enough power here. So we're probably going to need to stand against the Orc Warlord, which on its own is extremely scary. But until these actually mighted Orc warriors get on top of us, we can continue to fight. Yeah, okay. The Orc Warlord has taken basically no damage. Do we have any good gear? We have enslavement and things. Well, I blocked myself with all my ice base, but if we enslaved some of these mighted Orc warriors, maybe they could help fight. That's gonna be a no. Yeah, this isn't gonna happen. We'll just take the Orc warrior back up before the warlord gets on top of us, and then we're gonna have to think very hard and very long about what we want to do with our lives right now, because this is not good. The Orc warrior on his own is scary enough, but he's still got a crew of warriors with him, and he can might them all. One of them's got a glaive. Any enemy with 150% damage, you need to respect. And then we're also Orc Priest, so yeah, I think we're maybe going to chill on Orc for a while. How much dungeon have we done? Up to D11. Okay, I think we do a bit more dungeon, we get a bit stronger, and then maybe we come back to Orc. Because this is no good. And maybe if we're really lucky, we might actually find... what's that thing called? Magic resistance. Alright, we've got an Invis Shock Beast here. I was going to say Shock Serpent. Is it even Shock Beast? What is this thing called? Sky Beast, that's the one. Here's Invis, we can't see him, but we can't miss with Freeze. I had see Invis. Okay, so I could have just seen him if I really wanted. Anyway, Freeze can't miss. So, worked out. Is that actually a new scroll there, or is that a double? It's a new one. Okay. One of these from memory, I'm doing /- is going to be acquirement. There's a brand weapon and a holy word. Alright. There's an ID. The one I'm just trying to avoid is brand weapon. And we identified holy word. Damn it, that doesn't even help. Rip. It's a new potion. There can't be very many of those either. Berserk Rage, Experience, or Leak. I wonder if you can hop as a tree. I didn't say no. Where? There? Oh, it's dead. Our Sky Beast killed... I can't speak this morning. Our Ice Beast killed the Sky Beast even though it couldn't see it. Good spell. Alright. We've got an orc themed Ghost Vault. This one's made by Bias Face, shout out. That's a Crimson Imp who is hasted. So I think it quaffed a potion of haste. And now has an acid wand. Great. Have I? Yeah, there we go. We have deflect missiles. Oh no, we don't. We did have deflect missiles. Where'd it go? We lost it at some point. Did we lose it right then? Yeah, we did. Okay, so we deflected the bolt of acid and then it wore off. But let's go cast that again. In order to do it, we'll need to take off our shield. Nice. I really like actually that you don't even get contaminated with Sif. And she protects you from the miscast. I thought the way that more acid coming in. So we got something else with an acid one? No, it's just an acid dragon. Alright, with an acid dragon scales, which is interesting. I think for the moment, at least until we go through our layering branches, I quite like the R poison on this leather armor. I mean, we do have it on a cloak. I don't know. These decisions are hard. Yeah, there's extra int on our leather armor. But I think in the long term, I'd probably prefer to switch to some sort of heavier armor. This leather armor is good now, but it's pretty light. It's almost like wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I was looking at our strength and I was gonna say, I think we have enough strength for the heavier dragon armors. Forgetting of course that there's +8 strength on this armor. So when I look at it right now, it's definitely enough. It's enough for a gold dragon scales right now. Not that that would make sense because we'd have to take this armor off, but you get the point. We have a lot of strength right now. Which is all the better for tabbing with our hand axe. I'm going to yell the Hydra to us here. If I walk up to the Hydra, we're then in a hallway, and our ice beast can only fight one at a time. But if I bring it out here, they can sort of surround it. Alright, so in this one, which is actually less tame than our Orcish Mines entrance is, because I don't see any warlords here. We have a magical hat and an artifact helmet. Our +2 helmet isn't too exciting. So the magical hat could give us extra int. It might also, if we're super lucky, be a magic resistance hat. And then artifact helmet could be anything. So let's XV the ghost to examine it. It has a bunch of hexes and we don't have any MR. I mean, we have 6 curing. If we're sitting behind Ice Beast, we don't care too much about being hexed. Wait, how much damage can it do? It can hit for up to 23. It's a green draconian enchanter. It's actually quite a scary ghost that it can chain confuse us while also hitting for 23. But loot. I really want the loot. Where are we? You know what? Let's hold this off for a second. What I'm going to do is, first of all, check out this downstair. It's going to be our closest retreat, potentially, if we want to jump back, as in hop back, and get away from that stuff. So let's clear down here first. And in fact, maybe even clear this whole level. And then we'll come back and do the ghost vault. And what I could even do, once we've cleared down here, is we could dig a path through that wall so that we can hop directly to this downstairs. Because ghosts can follow you through stairs now. So you can't just walk to it. Catoplegus. Interesting. They can spawn, but there's also a chance that this is a shapeshifter. We should be using various poison things against him. But these guys are really nasty when you're a slow moving species, because every time he hits you with the petrifying cloud, you need to move out of the dust. And when you slowly move out of it, he then gets a chance to attack you and then cast a new dust at you. So he can keep you moving forever. We get a new net. We get another new scroll. Okay, so that means that's basically all the scrolls. One of these that we're carrying is going to be brand weapon, and one of them is going to be acquirement. So how lucky do I feel? Not very lucky. So I'm just going to drop these enchant weapon scrolls. I'm going to wait for an ID. And it tells us the next ID we get, we're basically going to get an acquirement. That vampire looked like he also just drank a potion of haste. Yeah, he did. So we've got several monsters just chugging through our haste potions. And he's also carrying a flail of crushing. This dude's pretty kitted out. What can we do to him? We can throw icicles at him. That's probably the best way to deal with this. If we examine the vampire, he is resistant to cold, but icicles, because they're chunks of ice, it's partially a physical spell. It still does good damage even against monsters with protection from cold. And we're on D13, so it is possible to find our vault's entrance now. Speaking of which, it's right there. So we need to be... well, this entrance isn't so bad, but you need to be careful of that because some of the vault's entrances are really, really nasty. Okay, this guy's... he's got a battle axe, so he's just cleaving through us and our summons. Speaking of which, that's too much damage. Let's back up. Where's my nat key? ZW. Oh, right, okay. I hit the wrong macro and I was just wondering what I did. It was Ozakubo's armor. This guy has a might potion now? Monsters, stop chugging my stuff. I need all of these. We only have 1 haste and 5 might. Okay, so I don't care so much about the might, but the 2 extra haste would have been good. So the way this entrance works is you have some water here. The monsters that are across the water have crossbows. And as you try to go through the middle, they shoot you. But we have reflection, so we can just sit here laughing at them. Okay, this Vault Guard doesn't have a crossbow. But the Yaktor we killed with reflection. This guy we can just hit him with poisonous vapors. And he'll die. Here's an Orc Sorcerer. That's the floor. 49% paralyzed chance, which is way too high. So we're going to immediately hop away. Even if it's just him, I don't want to be paralyzed like that. We don't have any RF on naturally, and we don't have any negative energy on. So even just the Sorcerer on its own, paralyzing us and hitting us with bolts of fire, would be very scary. And I'm going to yell. Let's retreat our ice base up towards where the Sorcerer is, so they're in front. Okay, because if they're between us and the Sorcerer, which they're not, but I'm sure they're keeping it busy. Now let's just make a new ice base so we don't fall prey to the paralysis. Good. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't like our ice base chances against this one. One's on fire, and our ice base is susceptible to fire. There's also a Rust Devil and a Smoke Demon. So I'm gonna back up. Alright, let's make new ice base. We're gonna step behind them so we're not getting paralyzed. Good. Yeah, this ice base is paralyzed. Cannot move out of our way. I really think that when your allies get paralyzed, they should get the sleeping symbol on them, because how would you know this guy's paralyzed unless you try to swap with him, or you meticulously read every single message? Oh yeah, also our ice base can walk across deep water, as can we. So I mean, we could just go over there and fight him like that. Nice. Just tab that enemy. Apparently we're really stealthy because this Vault Guard did not wake up while we cast 3 ice base in his presence. It's not affected by the chill wind. Before we open this door, because there can potentially be nasty things in there, most notably I'd say quite often see orc wizards, not orcs, ogre mages. That's the one. Oh dear, what's going on today? No, but we got a couple of axe guys, so they're gonna cleave through our team here again. That's alright. Let's keep summoning more. We'll keep poisoning them. Let's put in Ozakubo's armor on, so we've got 20 AC. And I feel okay probably just poisoning and tabbing. Do I? Sorry. It's a good time to wait for the plane anyway. Probably don't feel okay about this. So I'm going to hop us back towards the water. These Vault Guards cannot chase us into deep water, so if we're fighting here, we have a guaranteed escape. Yeah, see, they're both just cleaving. That's alright, we can sit here with Ogrebs. And, I mean, we can make a new ice base too. Every time our cost comes back up, we can make a new ice base. Maybe let's do an Ogrebs first. Got one. We may as well help. There you go. Alright, new shield. I saw it was a red one. Question is that better in terms of style. No, it clashes too much with our body armor. Yeah, too much bright red. So we're gonna stick with this one. Yep. I'm gonna drop this Troll the armor. I don't know why I'm still carrying that around. Hungry Ghosts are not threatening at all in terms of their regular attacks. They only hit for up to 5 damage. It's just they make you hungry. But the point is, they will never ever kill your summons. Because your summons aren't going to starve to death. It's not a thing. Oh right, I'm still... No. I did remember to take my Sea Invis ring off. Oh boy. New shield again. It's plain. I wonder, that one might work better because it's white and it's gonna match our white cloak. But the more pressing concerns, we gotta fight this Deep Elf Mage. If he has... Actually, I'm not that afraid as I would be normally. Especially the Lightning Bolt variety at this point in the game is extremely scary. But we have deflected missiles. So what I'm going to do is hop back and then just overwhelm him with summons. The same thing we do every fight. He didn't even... There he is. Yeah, one of them has a lightning bolt. I'm not sure if it's the... Was it the elf or was it the Tengu? It was the Tengu. Alright, well, they're all dead. Let's grab the shield. No, I really quite like this one. Yeah. I read Armor evokes fire themes even though we're an ice elementalist. And I always feel like this shield looks like it's got fire on it. So, yeah. I like this one. Now, if we could have an identify scroll. No such luck. Well, we've cleared D13, which means we can go do this one again. And then if we're lucky, we'll find some MR. That will make our orc a bit safer. So, we have plenty of digging with 16. I'm just going to dig a path back. So now if we're getting owned here, we can just hop to the downstairs. We've now cleared down there, so we shouldn't be too afraid. I'm going to preemptively make our ice base. I'm going to step behind them, and we're just going to miscast a bunch of spells. But no, we're going to make... Oh, because I'm pressing the wrong thing. I'm trying to do Ogrebs, but I keep pressing Ozakubo's armor. Now I understand. He has no damage spells. No, it's the Orc Priest that are hitting us. Okay, we're being coroned. I'm just going to stand on the stairs. There's no way our ice base take this ghost down, but if we could get rid of some of the orcs. Alright, let's go down. Come back up one of the other stairs. Oh, he confused our ice beast. I wonder... I feel like we're never going to fight this guy unless we maybe acid him and maybe even use one of our potions of might. I mean, we could also just... I could be shooting him with throw icicles as well. Maybe that's the play. Well, I want to acid him anyway. If I can manage to hit it, there we go. It will give him -8 AC, which means our ice beast attacks, one is confused. But the ones who are not confused, their attacks are going to do significantly more damage with him having -8 AC. And I guess we throw icicles. I want to use dot just in case we miss so we don't slam ice into our beast behind. Dot means go to that one specific tile and then stop. Okay, this is actually doing the trick. There we go. Ghost wasn't too bad. He had a 50% chance to confuse us and he didn't do it once. Ooh. We didn't have identify scrolls, but that's an artifact short sword. Might be better than our hand axe of beat. Anyway, let's test these hats. +1 of see invis. I think it looks very dope. Let's test this one. Well, we're waiting on ID scrolls to try to find acquirement, so let's just put this on. Let's live dangerously. +0 helmet with minus cast. That's of moral flaws. That's gonna be a no from me, dog. I don't think our character wants minus cast. Does our character want less AC to see invis? I think also no. Because we have a ring of see invis anyway, so we'll stick with our +2 helmet. Maybe the only good loot in here was the short sword, but we don't know yet. That one I'm not going to try on. I lived dangerously with the helmet, but the short sword could also be a distortion sword. No, it couldn't because we know it's freeze. Okay, let's live dangerously again. Freeze, our poison, strength -4, in +2 see invis, and cursed. Not as good as beat. Beat gives us the extra magic points. Yeah, we don't really care about the see invis, we just talked about that. So, yeah, I like this one better. On we go. Back to Orc yet or no? Maybe let's do D14 or let's start trying it. Oh, we hear the roar of battle. Okay. This is the Bailey. This one is super worth. So we're going to read magic mapping to find that. And notice how we have 2 yellow things on our map that it could be. It could be this one, the top one, or it could be this one. So you remember there's a tip that the devs didn't want you to know, where you hit Shift X and then you look for downstairs. Well, look at that. Doesn't work anymore. One of the major downsides of me telling you the tricks the devs don't want you to know is that sometimes once they realize the tip's out there, they're gonna shut it down. So we can't do that tip anymore. So now if you have multiple, well, this could be different things. It's not necessarily a gate, it could just be a shop. So if you have multiple yellow things when you're looking for a portal, you have to try to, well, sometimes you might have to guess, but you might also try to recognize the entrance faults. So I think it's more likely to be this one, because we've got a couple of tiles of water around it. I don't know, it's the closer one anyway, so it doesn't really hurt us to go for that one first. I really don't want to deal with kobolds right now, so I'll just poison you all and keep walking. Okay, so it was the shop, I was wrong. So say they were on opposite sides of the map, I would have just been completely wrong. Now that we don't have our tips and tricks anymore. Should we look in the shop? I guess, because I really want to know. The reference book of flames. Dough flame, sticky flame. Yeah, I don't really care about any of these. Some of your eyes might have lit up just then because of ignite poison, but I don't know. I really don't think much of that spell. You can just kill everything with all grabs as it is. You don't need to do it quicker. Let's see, how do we get there? Through here. Blinking scrolls always welcome. We have 7 blinking scrolls. Alright, well this character's never dying. We also just found identify. So let's do one of these scrolls. Okay, so we've got acquirement. I'm gonna drop the brand weapon for now. We're on the lookout for something like a demon trident, or I don't know. something that's really good that we could brand and make +9. But for requirement, so what do we want for that? I could go armor. Don't really care about staves. I know some people really love Staff of Energy, and unless they have a Staff of Energy on their mage, they're probably unhappy. But I'm not worried about food. And I don't care too much about enhancer staves, so I wouldn't do that. I don't think we need book because our future is pretty sorted already with Sif's gifts. And she's going to gift us every book ultimately anyway, so what's the hurry? So I think it would be between either getting armor or getting jewelry. And let's see. You know what I should do? I should just wait to see what's in the Bailey first, because the Bailey is often going to have loot. And then from what loot we get in the Bailey, then we can make a better decision. So I'm going to drop that scroll of requirement for right now. And make sure I remember. I don't just leave the Bailey and forget about it completely. Where did that centaur come from? Also, I think there's a what's it call it here? An unseen horror. There is. We'll deal with him in a second. Okay, Sif Moon has given us a new gift. Let's put on our C invis ring. Okay, that's better. Good. This book has Pass Wall in it, Iron Shot, Stone Arrow, and Latest Liquefaction. I'm most excited about Pass Wall because that's such a good spell. It gives you so much utility. But I also like Iron Shot. It is in essence very similar to Crystal Spear, but it's less powerful. It does less damage, but it's a lower spell level, so it's easier to cast. So let's put Iron Shot in our list, and let's put Pass Wall. And we've got 11 spell levels left, so I think I just want to learn Pass Wall right now. Well, let's go into the Bailey first, so we don't miss it and get completely owned. And now let's learn Pass Wall. Yeah, okay. So it's got a 26% chance of failure. At some point, maybe we'll train a level or two of Earth Magic and Transmutations to get that down. But it's also going to continue dropping as we train our shield skill. So I guess there's no hurry. I really like what I'm seeing because I'm seeing deep water. Quite a few of these Bailey layouts are really broken if you're a deep water species, because yeah, you can just sit in the deep water and you're not afraid of the Orc Warlords and so on. That's not what I want. This is a lot of dudes. So we also just lost our deflecting missiles right now. So I accidentally cast Ozakubo's armor about 5 times instead of Ogreb's. Let's take these guys down. Yeah, when we don't have deflecting missiles, they're actually kind of threatening. If you have 3 of them shooting lightning bolts at you all at the one time. Let's take our shield off. Right, and I guess we may as well explore around all through the deep water bit. I keep doing it. Can't remember what macro is what. Oh, nice. An artifact crystal plate armor. That's exactly what we were looking for. I mean, we've got 23 strength right now. We could almost wear it. Alright, so this looks like we might be getting wrecked with our loot here. Alright. All these guys are weak. They will die to Ogrebs and Axe. Oh, that's a lot of kobolds. Okay, quick, run to the door. Hop the hell out of here. Sun demons can fly, can't they? Alright, so I can wield our Staff of Fire to get a point of RF, so we don't just get immediately destroyed by the Sun Demons. And it casts some Ice Base. And okay, the Sun Demon just disappeared. Alright, that's fine. So it timed out. But the point is, we can sit out here and fight the Kobold Summoners so that they don't just swamp us with Sun Demons. I think I made a... We didn't get too punished, but it was quite a bit of a misplay to be walking through the main bit of the castle here when we could have been coming from this door so that we were always right next to the water. Alright, there he is. Okay, he should die to that. Wait, oh, okay, I thought he died, but his summons didn't disappear. I was very confused. I'm doing it again because I'm lazy. We should walk around the outside. It's much safer. This guy has a glowing ring mail. No, we're not going to try it on. I was going to say, we could do it. Could be a +3 ring mail with our poison on it. But our current ring mail has drain on it, so we don't really want to be taking that off, putting it on and off and switching. And hey, we found a new requirement scroll. I'm just tabbing stuff. Let's ID the potion, which is League. Not the bloodstained crystal plate armor. I'm curious about it. I think we can pull it out of... We can pull it out of the Bailey just to check it out. But we're not using that. This Dagger of Frog's Peril, which has a very spooky name, has Aralek on it. So that's a good one to carry around because we can get Aralek in a pinch. It's also a Pain Dagger. Now, do we have any necromancy spells? Apparently not. Which, it's not a big deal. I don't really feel like this character needs to train necromancy to get a pain weapon. If you're not aware, pain weapons are extremely potent. With 10 necromancy skill, it does, I think, more damage than an Olek weapon does. So especially on a fast weapon like a dagger, it's really, really strong. But it's okay, we've got really strong spells. Let's just sit in the water against the Orc Knight. And we have Sif Muna, so we essentially have infinite mana. So we should never really be too dependent on a melee weapon. I've been using the axe mostly out of laziness, but I don't need to do that. Okay, so we're done here. A good way just to do a search for everything you found is to do Control F and then period. And that will show you everything on the floor you're currently on. So we can see there's a Rune Leather armor. If we cared about that, we could go check it out. And then there's the glowing ring mail. I think the main reason to do this is sometimes Baileys will have enemies in them that just happen to be wearing a crystal plate armor. It'll be some random null and you're a melee guy and you really want that, but unless you actually pay attention you won't notice. So at the end of a Bailey, Control F and then period, and it will just show you everything on the floor. Whereas the glowing ring mail, we can't carry it. You know what, I'm gonna ditch the Trident of Venom. at this point, I can't remember the last time we used it. So we'll bring up the ring mail. Probably where we don't care too much about it, but it doesn't hurt us to just carry it out. So I'm going to drop the ring mail and the crystal plate armor. Both of those we can be curious about and we can try out later. And we now have 2 acquirement scrolls to check. Oh wait, there's a trove that wants 2, right? Yes, I remembered. Oh man, rewarded. So I completely forgot. When I was talking about what should we acquire before going to the Bailey, I had not remembered at all that there was a trove. So it's just my godlike crawl reasoning that we should wait for the Bailey that made me stop. And we found another one in the Bailey. So nice. Now I remembered we can get into the trove. Cool. So I'm actually going to do that. Basically, what we're trading is 2 acquirement of a type that I can choose. So 2 pieces of armor, or 2 pieces of jewelry, or 1 and 1. You know, whichever configuration I might fancy. Instead, we can get a whole bunch of different acquirement items. It's just that they're going to be of random types. But I mean, there's a good chance we might find some jewelry, we might find some armor in there anyway. So it's kind of like using them anyway. Where am I going? I'm looking for a trove. I'm so giddy with excitement that I can't even remember what I'm doing. Alright, so we need to drop some slots. Don't walk into a trove with 52 of your item slots filled because then you'll be sad. Let's drop all our stuff. Alright, so we've now got plenty of space. I'm going to give it the 2 acquirement. And I mean, there's a chance that this just goes horribly wrong and there is nothing of use in this trove. But I like to gamble, right? It's more exciting. Well, we've got a bunch of artifact amulets. That's kind of exciting. We don't have any ID. Okay. We got resistance potions, heal wounds, they're all good. Some artifact gloves. Some other magical stuff. And some scrolls. Okay, so look at that. It's like we acquired armor because we got fine gloves. And it's like we acquired jewelry because we got some artifact amulets. So there you go. Alright, so we don't have any ID. Apparently we do. I'm carrying one, I just couldn't see it. Well, I think the most likely thing to be dangerous is one of the artifact amulets, so I'm going to ID that. Inaccuracy plus invis RF minus, MP plus 9, int plus 2. Okay. I'm going to say no. It has some good parts on it. The MP plus 9, the int plus 2. If you were playing the pure caster meme build, where you have no defenses at all, maybe that would be usable. But I don't want it. We're going to be susceptible to fire. And we're going to be inaccurate too. Yeah, okay. And we're going to live dangerously again. We're just going to put the fine gloves on. In fact, we never found gloves before, so let's start with the embroidered ones. Plus 2 of dex. Okay, well, if nothing else, that's a good upgrade. Plus 1 gloves of the great game. R poison, RN plus plus plus, strength minus 4, dex plus 2. Well, we all know how important having resistance to negative energy is in a 3-ring game. We also know how important our poison I'm just memeing about the negative energy. I mean, it's nice to have it if it's free, but it's not really that important. I note that our MR has also gone up. So I think... How do we get extra MR? I guess we just leveled up. Anyway. So do we want these? Maybe. Let's check our scuff. It's another resistance. Okay. Well, we can just ditch that one. There's no actual tile on the character for scarves, so no fashion decisions. Alright. Well, what we could do is We could think about other armors now. So we've got our poison on our gloves now. Although their strength -4 gloves, and we'd be losing 8 strength, taking our leather armor off. So we'd still have 11 strength. That's still plenty. The hard thing about this is that to experiment with armors, we have to be taking this drain armor on and off. But there's some chance right now that of dragon armors we've seen in acid dragon scales. I guess that's not too exciting. The one that would really make me want to switch or more tempted to test would be a swamp dragon scales. So I think for now, we'll stick as we are. We'll have 3 different forms of our poison. We'll have it, you got to be triple safe. We'll have it on our body armor, our gloves, and our cloak, just to be sure. And you might be thinking, well then, Ultra, why don't you just wear the +2 gloves with dexterity? And you make a point, because it is extra AC. But the reason that I'm going to keep these gloves with the Great Game on, just for now, is that 1 point of RN is actually not horrible in Orcish Mines. And especially when we're so susceptible to Orc Sorcerer Paralysis, because they have Bolts of Draining. And Bolts of Draining hurts. So, at least for the short term, let's do it. I'm not going to pick up the Poison Resistance ring again. And you know what? Let's just put these other amulets on. /- what's in there? There's an amulet of harm still. Yeah, there it was. I knew it. And then I accidentally just dropped all our stuff. Damn it. Alright, so let's get super drained. Let's drop the amulet of harm. I knew it too. Let's try this artifact one. Let's get harm again. It isn't, but it's inaccuracy and strength +2, so that's a very mediocre amulet. Well, you can just pretend we acquired jewelry a couple of times and we just got really bad rolls. So there you go. So now we're super drained, and we'd be heading into Orcish Mines right next to the Orc Warlord. How about we don't do that? Let's do a bit more dungeon. Let's get the drain off, and then we'll go fight the Warlord. I'm just checking that I haven't left anything else useful here. I think we're good. No MR, unfortunately. We have 31 rations. Where are my food warriors now? Distressingly, Furry Buckler is interesting because maybe it will have MR triple plus on it. It's just in +2. So that's going to be a no. It's worth a shot. That's not the key I wanted. Alright, we've got pass wall, so I can chill here next to this wall. It's a 38% chance to fail though because we're so drained. So I guess we shouldn't count on that. Yeah, I'm even failing to do Ogrebs because of it. Well, you know what? Why don't we pass wall through now, just in case we fail it, like that. Okay, good. Because I don't like that fight so much when we don't have our escape. I like it better here, where we can hop back to the stairs. I'm gonna yell. Where'd you all go? Alright, this is better. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's hippity hoppity. Reset the fight. Same play, except this time we'll start the fight with a hop. So I guess that's not the same play at all. I don't know. It had a hop in it. It seems similar. Immolation scrolls. Why aren't I picking those up? We definitely should be using those. We can always immolate a bunch of stuff, send our ice base in to fight, and then watch the explosions from a distance. We can have an ice base off. Let's throw an Ozakubo's armor up. How's our drain going? Down to yellow. By the look of it, once we finish this floor, our drain will be gone, so we can go have another attempt at Orcish Mines. Ooh, we have a very filled ghost fort, 3 different ghosts. Affit, Spassoon, and Ralph? Let's see. So this is a Troll Transmuter, hits for 37, no spells. Demon Spawn Wizard of Yuskio? Or Yuskio? What was this character? Demon Spawn Wizard of Yuskio. That's a bit of a head scratcher there, with a bunch of wizard spells. And Affit's Ghost. Hillock Monk of Beer, who can only hit for 18. Right, well, we're just gonna leave that. Our current boots are +0, so we'd be fighting 3 ghosts to try to get boots, really. I don't care about the artifact robe, it's too light. I like my mages to be tanky. And 4th time lucky on the Orgrebs there. Let's hop away, it's getting sketchy. We'll make some space and we'll go ice base again. That's better. Rupert the Wild comes into view with a Battle Axe of Distortion. Alright, I want none of that. None of that at all. So, Rupert can paralyze you and confuse you. We don't really have any MR to speak of. He then goes berserk, and he's got a Battle Axe of Distortion. So, yeah, none of that. How do we get off this floor? I don't care how scary Orc is. I don't care if there are 10 warlords at the stairs. They're going to be better than fighting this Rupert. Let's just go around like this. Throw a pass wall in just because. And yeah, let's go back to Orc. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. If you join me in the next one, we'll have a nasty start to our second attempt of Orc, but it's going to be better than Rupert, I promise you that. Well, maybe not, we might just die, which I guess is equally as bad. Whatever. See you guys later.